Welcome to the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint, episode 21. We are still talking about microstressors. I'm almost done with my list, but let's talk about something that we also don't pay attention a lot, especially in our real lives that involves other people. It's called political maneuvering. And I'm not talking about here politics like on the news and political world around. Although, it still happens that we actually get stressed out just watching the news. But no, I'm talking about political maneuvering in the group of people that you're associated with. So let's say in your workplace, you in a work environment, you do your job, you have your favorite coworkers, and there are some not favorite ones. And then there are the bosses. And I mean, you get the idea, right? There's like impossible to like everyone naturally because we just so different and different personalities. And it could be, it's just some story came to my mind. Um, I remember there was a new employee that came to work, and he was not really saying no hello, no goodbye, no nothing. And I was taking it personally. I'm like, I just cannot believe it. You just can come here and you don't even acknowledge that, this is people environment. We all here humans that also appreciate um being seen and acknowledged and validated. Well, as the time went by, I learned more about that person and find out that they are introverts. They are really don't like other people because they don't feel safe about themselves. They feel insecure. They, most of all of us, we need validation, but they needed even more of that because the way they grew up and the way they functioned up to that day, they learned this trick that is better to stay away from people in order to be safe. So, office politics. It's extremely important for us to belong to a group because if we will be excluded from the group, hence we'll die. Of course, we will not die but that's how our brain works. So, political maneuvering around especially influential people, those who will make a difference in your life. Let's say they can fire you, they can hire you more help if you ask, they can give you a reward like a bonus or give you a raise. Um, and let's say that you don't really like your supervisor or your boss. You know what's going to happen? Every time when you have to deal with that person, you will be stressing. Just from the idea of thinking that you have to talk to them and you have to deal with them may stress you out. Or let's say you have a coworker that, well, you just have to work with them, but you really don't jive. But you just have to do this. So, well, okay, you go to the office and you talk about the projects or whatever, like, okay. Or like every day, you like, let's say you're in an environment that you see that person right next to you, and they're not going anywhere, and you have to work for 8 hours there. And what can happen? That's the micro stressor. It's there. It's trying to keep you safe. You keep an eye on that person. You make sure you don't talk about the subjects that you don't like. Make sure that you agree with them. Um, or maybe somebody just really annoy you, and like you just cannot just tell them anything helpful, and you just they just there and they're not helping you, and they don't want to be helped, and they may be stubborn. So I invite you now to think about the situation in your life that you had in the group of people, the kind of environment that you just had to maneuver. And listen, most of us grew up with parents, and most of us grew up in a group of people. I think you have to learn maneuvering because it's just, survival instinct. You need to learn how to read people, you need to learn how to read situations. You need to know how to behave. So you have all of this political movement already from day one, how you when you were introduced to the group of people that you grow up with. And we carry this in our other life. So when you think about right now, what is this in your life right now that you maybe belong to a group of people, and it could be friends, it could be friends. Let's say you don't like some friends, or they don't like you, or you want to make sure that you don't talk about the one person when another person is there, and make sure you do not complain to this specific person because another person is going to tell anybody. I mean, so that is stressful. It is this micro stressor that's taking your energy away. So, what we're gonna do about this? We will identify it. Yes, we're gonna identify it, because how you can change it if you don't know what it is? And if you think, no, I think I'm okay, I think I'm fine, then okay, great. Just make a list of those people in your environment every day that you're dealing with, and then identify by their name how well you are with them, how relaxed you feel with them. Can you be yourself with them? Can you tell them what you feel? Did you tell them your personal stories? How comfortable you are with them when they're in the room, and identify those individuals. And yes, you guessed it. The key is to lowering that stress is to be less with those people that you just don't jive with. Period. You do not change them. I don't think you can change much about their behavior or what they think about you. So let's just ignoring it, making it the least possible time spent with them. That's perfect. And then we're gonna go a step further. Then you think, what is it you're going to do next time we're gonna see them? Prepare yourself mentally and say, okay, I know that person doesn't like talking about this, or I need to tell them this, and find a way to escape. Yeah, this is just kind of like relates to that other podcast that I did before, about how to deal with, annoying people that stress you out. Find a way out. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you will spend time actually identifying those people and making a plan how you're going to deal with that from now on, and that will help your those micro stressors. And if you need more help with stress management, I'll be very happy to coach you. So you're welcome to go on my website beamazingyou.com and book a consultation. And if you think, I don't think I want to do any coaching, that's fine. A lot of help already given. My 2 books about stress management is Stress Management for Adult Children of Alcoholics and Crush Stress While You Work. Crush Stress While You Work. I know it's a complicated, it's a very long title, but it goes to the point, I think. So I'm writing already another book, so don't worry, I'll be uh, continue continue my tradition with the long, complicated titles, but this is yet still to come. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, so I see you tomorrow.